Top 10, 10 out of 10 fragrances. These are my favorites in my collection. That to me is a 10 out of 10, 100%. And I know that some are gonna write, no, that's not a 10 out of 10. I don't care, these are my picks. You don't have to agree with me. And the first one, in my opinion, that is a 10 out of 10 is Dior Fahrenheit Parfum. Actually, I didn't really like the Eau de Toilette, the old school Fahrenheit, because I thought that was a little bit too boozy in my opinion. It smells a little bit too alcoholic, but this one is something totally different. It's so amazing, I can't really describe it. You know, when you first spray it on your skin, you get that little bit of a classic boozy type of smell that you get from Fahrenheit fragrances. But then when it dries down on your skin, it becomes very round in the edges with the vanilla and the base, and also the violet. So the vanilla, violet, and also some type of liquor type of note makes it a really good balance between a very sensual and sweet fragrance, but it's also very masculine. By the way, guys, I've started a TikTok account, so if you want to follow me there, see my fragrance videos on TikTok, follow Max Soft. I'm gonna upload both in Swedish and English, so follow me there. Next up is a niche fragrance. This is of course crete Aventus. To me it's a 10 out of 10. If you don't talk about the price, of course it's a little bit expensive, but the scent itself, I love it. Okay, it doesn't last, but I don't really care. I prefer having a good smell on myself that doesn't last so long than to have something that smells pretty synthetic. This one was the first that got me into this fragrance game and was one of the first fragrances that made me want to start my own YouTube fragrance channel and talk about fragrances. You know, it introduced me to this passion and this hobby, so I got to pay my homage to crete Aventus, a great fragrance. Number 3 on this list is 100% my favorite fragrance for the autumn and winter time, and this is the original Spice Bomb. I like this the best of their line because it's super masculine. It smells like a aftershave, almost like when you have been at the bar. This is almost a barbershop fragrance, I would say, because it smells this heavy spices, like you're clean shaven, just took a shower, but it is very, very nice. I want to spray it now. It is very special, this one. I love it. It sits on my skin for a good 5-6 hours, so I think it's decent performance. I love the spices, I love the sweetness. I'm gonna wear this a lot this winter. I always get really happy when I smell it because it's so nice. On the 4th place, and I don't really know, I don't really have a specific order which is the best one and which is the worst one, but this is Versace Eros. I think it's a 10 out of 10 fragrance when it was released. It brought something new to the game. It is very juvenile, it is very playful, but if I discovered this one when I was like in my 20s, I would be really happy, and it smells really good. I know it's overused nowadays, especially here in Sweden, a lot of people use it, so it's a little bit sad, but it doesn't take away the fact that it is an amazing fragrance. It is a great DNA. The Eau de Toilette, like I have here, lasts still a long time on my skin. I get like 7 hours of this one, even though this is a pretty new bottle. I think it's maximum 1.5 years old. You know it. Versace Eros is 10 out of 10 in my book. The probably newest release in this lineup that I think is a 10 out of 10 because it is woody, it is citrusy, it is elegant, is Dior Homme 2020. This smells like an elegant man in a nice tuxedo, nice white crisp shirt, maybe a tie, but also a guy just pretty casual wearing. But this has that original classic Dior DNA that I really love because it smells so elegant, it smells so fresh, it doesn't develop to something that I don't like. It's pretty linear all the way through. I would recommend to buy this instead of the original Dior Homme, because I think this is a little bit modern. I love the direction they took this fragrance when they created it. I think it was a very smart move to make it a little bit less sweet and synthetic smelling and more woody and masculine. Next up is a niche fragrance from the house of Parfums de Marly, and I know a lot of you guys hate Parfums de Marly. I have noticed. I think they're overpriced, but I think this is one that I think is worth the money because I was really happy when I bought this. I smelled it in a sample before. I loved it. I still love it. I can't really describe what it is with it. It is fantastic. It's a happy fragrance. It's a happy life. It is playful. It is sweet. It is very easygoing. It's t-shirt, shorts. It's polo shirt, chinos. This is not a dressed up fragrance, but if I'm going out in the town, taking a beer at 2-3 o'clock with some friends, the sun is shining, this gets you in a good mood. if you haven't tried this one, I really recommend that you try to find a little sample and just try to enjoy this. Lasts a long time on my skin. I just get happy when I smell it. So interesting, so weird. The next one is my favorite summer fragrance, 100%. Nothing can beat this smell in my book. Okay, it's not super beast mode in performance, but I don't really care. I just reapply this one. When I empty the bottle, I'm just gonna buy a new one. And I will always have this in my collection as long as it's available. Gianni Barbados Artisan Pure. You know I love my citrus fragrances. But I think this is not just a citrus fragrance, it's floral as well. The balance between florals and citrus, it's so amazing in this fragrance. It smells like a holiday, it smells like summer days, it smells like laid back vibe, maybe barbecue, maybe a pool. You jump in the pool, you eat some hamburgers, maybe you're just walking down the beach, playing football at the beach, maybe volleyball, hanging in the beach, drinking pina coladas. I just love this fragrance. And now I get a little bit sad because summer is almost over, so I think I will wear this today as well. Next up is another very elegant fragrance from a very well-known brand. I'm really happy I bought this fragrance, and I'm really happy that I still have some juice left in this one. This is Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. I also like the Eau de Toilette and the Parfum, but I think this is a good middle ground. It's not too dense, it's not too water and alcoholic smelling, it's just in the middle. This smells very nice, I have to say. It is still very good. If you just want one really long-lasting fragrance and you like the blue type of fragrance DNAs, I think it's a good idea to invest in Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum instead of buying a lot of cheap fragrances, because this is really an elegant fragrance that you can wear in many different situations. But I think this is very good because it smells expensive, it smells like luxury, it smells like something that you would wear when you're a little bit more dressed up, maybe going out, meeting a girl and stuff like that. This is an all year round fragrance and it lasts a very long time and it projects good. And the last one, I noticed I only found 9 fragrances that to me is 10 out of 10s. So this is just 9, but anyways, this is my last one and I'm so sad that girls really hate this fragrance.
I don't like this at all.
No.
No.
Oh, it's pretty strong.
Don't use this.
They don't really like it. They say it smells like an old man and stuff like that. But I think it's a 10 out of 10 in my book. The perfect barbershop fragrance, Beau de Jour from Tom Ford. It's a love at first sniff, love at first sniff. It smells a lot of oak moss, so be aware. I think the oak moss is the one fragrance note that might put some, especially younger girls, off when they smell this fragrance, because it is a very classic fragrance note that's been in a lot of fragrances for the past 20-30 years basically. But this is a fantastic fragrance in my book. It has a very nice lavender note that smells super realistic, and I actually like the oak moss in this one because it doesn't smell synthetic at all. It is a very high projecting fragrance. One of my most long lasting perfumes in my collection. It's a perfect spring fragrance. I wear this when I play golf, which is pretty rare nowadays, but sometimes I do, and then I love to splash this one on me and have a good sillage on the golf course. So these were my top 10 out of 10 fragrances in my collection that to me, not to you maybe, but to me, these are a 10 out of 10 of what they bring to the table. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.